Good evening. Here I have come with this topic, physiological role and deficiency symptoms. Physiological role of what? Physiological role of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. For which things? For plants. So physiological role of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen in plants. And also if deficiency occurs, deficiency of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, then what will happen to the plants? And that is called deficiency symptoms. Okay. So last day, just yesterday, I posted one video from this chapter, that is mineral nutrition in plants. So that was the first lecture and this is the second lecture. Okay, topic is what? Physiological role and deficiency symptoms. That is the topic, and here we are talking about the macro elements or the macronutrients: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Other things are also there, other elements are also there, such as phosphorus, magnesium, copper, manganese, etc. Those things will be discussed in another video. Okay, in this video only these four elements have been taken into account. So you know that virtually all the living organisms contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Almost all the substances in a living organism are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And many things are there in biological systems, whether it is plants or any creature or a human body. Nitrogen is present. Nitrogen is especially present in case of amino acids, you know all these things. So carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, the source of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen for plants is water and carbon dioxide. In water, what is there? Hydrogen and oxygen, and in carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen is there. Okay, so carbon dioxide and water, these are the two sources of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen for plants. Okay, and without these two things, that is carbon dioxide and water, plant life is not possible. Plant cannot survive without these two sources. Okay, without these two substances, carbon dioxide and water. And oxygen also acts as takes part in oxidation reaction. You know this thing. Oxygen takes part in oxidation reaction, and hydrogen takes part in oxidation reduction reaction, as well as hydrogen acts as helps in the maintenance of pH. Okay, you know pH. In chemistry you have studied this pH. So hydrogen, this element, helps in maintaining the pH. Okay, so this was all about carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, next comes nitrogen. You know the source of nitrogen is air as well as soil. From soil, plants collect their required nitrogen. Again, from the atmosphere, the plants can collect the required nitrogen. But mainly, soil provides the required nitrogen for the plants in the form of nitrates, nitrites, then ammonium salts are also there. In the form of all these three things: nitrates, nitrites and ammonium salts. Plants collect their nitrogen. Okay. So anyway, the nitrates, they are first converted into ammonium salts before it is being fed to the plants for its any useful purpose. Okay. So the nitrates are first transformed into ammonium salts. And you know that these nitrates, or sorry, not nitrates, nitrogen, this is required for the protein, for the DNA, for the RNA, for the ATP. Okay. So for the hormones, for the enzymes, for the coenzymes. So many things are there where nitrogen is required for plants. And so these are the physiological role of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. And deficiency of all these four. Okay. What are the symptoms which can be observed for the deficiency of all these four elements? First, you will find chlorosis in the leaves of the plants. Chlorosis means uniform yellowing of the leaves. First, you can notice the uniform yellowing of the older leaves, then younger leaves. Then there will be reduction in growth and yield. You know the meaning of yield? Yield means production per unit area of land. Okay, production per unit area of land, that is called yield. So due to the deficiency of all these four elements, you will find a reduction in growth as well as a reduction in yield. Then the lateral buds will remain dormant. Lateral buds of the plants will remain dormant due to the deficiency of all these four elements. And so first I talked about chlorosis, then growth and yield, then about lateral buds, then there will be overall reduction in the plant growth, then protein synthesis will be hampered. Okay, protein synthesis will be hampered for the reduction, for the deficiency of all these four. So this was all about physiological role and deficiency syndrome, deficiency symptoms of all these four macro elements or macronutrients. So this is the end of this lecture. In my next video, you will find topic will remain the same, physiological role and deficiency symptoms, but elements will be different, such as phosphorus, manganese, magnesium, calcium, potassium, etc. Okay, so this is the end of this lecture. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.